Hey YouTube, welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm going to be super optimistic and try to bring a little positivity into the world by breaking down all of the reasons why I think there will most likely be a big announcement for Animal Crossing in spring 2026. So if you're excited about the future of Animal Crossing, or you just like listening to me ramble about the franchise we all love, be sure to leave a like on the video as it helps out a bunch. And let's jump straight in. Now obviously Animal Crossing New Horizons is of course one of Nintendo's big five in terms of intellectual property. They 100% see Animal Crossing as one of their top franchises, which is backed up by the sheer amount of promotion the game gets. Plus the numbers speak for themselves. Animal Crossing New Horizons is of course the second best selling Nintendo Switch game, having sold over 48 million copies since launch, probably closer to 50 million now, and is of course the best selling physical game of all time ever out of all video games in Japan, which is a huge achievement. Anyway, Nintendo knows this. They know just how big Animal Crossing is, and when you think Animal Crossing New Horizons itself hasn't seen an update for like 3 years or more, outside of small patches and compatibility fixes for Nintendo Switch 2 of course, we start to feel like something new must be around the corner. And there are a few things that may add weight to this and maybe give us a little extra hope that we're not crazy and something is on the horizon. Now we'll get into some more possibly deliberate points, but starting with the obvious and something regular viewers of the channel will already know, is that Animal Crossing Pocket Camp after a long 8 years has finally come to a close. And just like Animal Crossing New Horizons is no longer receiving content updates, which is a big deal when you remember Pocket Camp was getting monthly updates for 8 years. That's a lot of content. Anyway, now that both the current or most recent Animal Crossing games, being Animal Crossing New Horizons and Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, are essentially over, we're officially in between Animal Crossing games, which is our first clue. Some might say it's obvious, and you'd be right. We were never going to get something new or an Animal Crossing announcement whilst either of these games was still actively receiving updates or new content. It just wouldn't have made sense. And given that Pocket Camp came before New Horizons and then outlasted New Horizons, but has now stopped getting updates too, it puts us one step closer to actually getting news. So yeah, that's the first and most obvious reason. Now moving on to something with more substance, but still obvious before getting into the bigger stuff, the anniversaries. Animal Crossing New Horizons launched in March 2020, which seems like a lifetime ago now, so once the holidays are out of the way, we'll be fast approaching the game's 6th anniversary, which is insane to think about. Anyway, Animal Crossing New Horizons' 6th anniversary will of course take place in March 2026, which is springtime, and you might be thinking, well, a 6th anniversary isn't that significant or much of an impressive or memorable milestone, because we normally celebrate like 5 or 10 and that sort of thing, and you'd probably be right. However, in April, less than a month later and well and truly in spring, will mark the 25th anniversary of the entire franchise. Animal Crossing, titled Dobutsu no Mori, debuted on the N64 in Japan back in spring 2001, launching the franchise for the first time, which means in just a few months' time, in spring 2026, Animal Crossing as a franchise and the first video game of course, will be 25 years old, which I would argue is a huge milestone. So spring 2026 not only sees Animal Crossing New Horizons' 6th anniversary, but Animal Crossing's 25th anniversary. And now that we're officially in between games, surely this is the moment to celebrate, especially with it being one of Nintendo's big five, and surely we'll see some kind of announcement or maybe even some kind of release to honor this. What that would be is anyone's guess, and maybe that's for another video, but yeah, just another reason I think spring 2026 is likely for some kind of announcement. But there's more. Next up, and it may be a coincidence, but despite the first wave of LEGO Animal Crossing sets apparently being discontinued by the end of the year, the LEGO community have suggested a new LEGO Animal Crossing set is rumoured for 2026, with a couple of news outlets and websites marking a March release date. Obviously, this is speculation from the LEGO community and the websites listing this information, but it makes sense given it will of course be around the anniversary of New Horizons and the franchise as a whole. At the moment, we don't know much about what this LEGO Animal Crossing set will be, but I don't think it's unrealistic to think it could be part of that celebration, or maybe themed around the anniversary, or even, for example, if we did see a release around this time, that it coincided with whatever that release would be. Of course, I'm just thinking out loud, but the timing definitely feels deliberate if you ask me. Oh, but there's more! Something else that was announced just last week was the return of the Animal Crossing New Horizons Sea Life Aquarium exhibit in Paris towards the end of October. I think everyone knows what this is by now. It's essentially a real life event where you get to enjoy the Sea Life Aquarium with Animal Crossing activities, meets and greets, access to exclusive merch and things like that. Anyway, this particular exhibit is one of the longest running, I believe, and you'll never guess when it runs to. Yep, the most recent, and for all we know, the last Animal Crossing New Horizons Aquarium collaboration runs from October all the way through to March 2026. I mean, it's probably a coincidence, but again, seems very deliberate somehow to have the most recent collaboration announced to be one of the longest, but also come to an end in spring 2026, which just so happens to fall in between games around New Horizons 6th anniversary in the lead up to the franchise's 25th anniversary, when a new LEGO Animal Crossing set is set to drop. It's all a little too weirdly timed in my mind. Now, this could all just be a coincidence, and it probably is, but ignoring everything else and putting that down to coincidence, simply focusing on a 25th anniversary of a top-selling franchise and one of their big five is more than enough reason to announce something. Maybe they'll post a picture of a cake, or maybe they'll announce a spin-off or something new for the franchise, but surely they will do something. Who knows, it could even be an Animal Crossing Direct to set up the future of the franchise on Switch 2 going forward. Plus, I have this long-running theory that the only reason the Animal Crossing New Horizons socials are still being posted on, unlike the Pocket Camp ones, is because Nintendo have something up their sleeve for the franchise and want to keep these socials active from now until like spring 2026. Otherwise, wouldn't the socials have stopped being active just like the Pocket Camp ones? So yeah, possibly the ramblings of a mad Animal Crossing fan, but given we still haven't heard anything about what's next for the franchise, I'm leaning towards hearing something special for Animal Crossing in spring 2026, whether that's a Nintendo Switch 2 edition, a new spin-off, or an Animal Crossing Direct. I don't know. Please post Crossing in the comments if you made it to this point in the video and you want Nintendo to announce something, and be sure to include what you want that announcement to be. Maybe I'll include your theories in a future video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.